toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome, everyone, to Palo Alto, California, the farm and the home of the Stanford Cardinal. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the USC Trojans, taking on another team from the Big 12 in an intra-conference matchup, the Stanford Cardinal. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Stanford about to tee it up to get this one going. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The give to the tailback. They stop him after a 6-yard run out to the 24. When you have a conference as deep and balanced as this Big 12 is, it's important to get off to a quick start in conference play.
Yeah, you're going to be challenged each and every week here at the Big 12 Conference. Since they've expanded, the quality of this conference has gotten so much better. So, David, big challenge here to make sure mentally your mind is right starting the season off today.
Yeah, I mean, to make your dreams come true, it starts one.
Turning it on! He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's looking deep. Makes a grab down the middle. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
And the Trojans have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down.
You know, it's hard enough just to catch passes in college football.
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. After coming up with back-to-back explosive plays, here they are, 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, USC!
I really like that drive for this offense. Putting last week behind them, putting a drive together, showing some explosiveness. This offense really put last week behind them. The poor performance last week, starting off with a bang here today.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. offense working from the pistol. They'll run it. At the 35, he's open. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Quarterback making checks. Motion from the wide receiver. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Wants to go up top on first down. That's caught. It's Barnes. Breaks into the open. Oh, and after the big gain, the ball's loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Defensive coordinators always preach swatting and batting at the football and trying to punch it out, trying to dislodge the ball from the ball carrier, and boy, they did it right there.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Finds his man. It's awesome. At the 40, there he goes. Speeding down the left side. He's at the 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Southern Cal. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive figure.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, you know, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, fellas, here's a final update on a clash between top 15 teams. Notre Dame took care of business and left little doubt in doing so. Kind of felt like how that 2012 Irish team led by Manti Te'o would just take the will of opposing teams. Impressive to watch. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Motion from the back. Back to pass. Here's the pressure. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And I like where the quarterback got, because I think he needed to check the football down, but the pressure got there a little bit too fast, and he just didn't have enough time to get it to his running back and maybe put a positive spin on this play instead of an incompletion.
The Cardinal will have to come up with a huge play to keep this drive going on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback moving. All kinds of time before he fires right. He's got it for a big play. Finds some room. At the 20. Touchdown, Cardinal. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
One of the things things I love about this quarterback, David, is that he keeps his eyes downfield when he gets outside the pocket. He might have had an opportunity to take off running with that, but he knew he had an opportunity for an even bigger play. And how about the run after the catch?
And that's great. You love that about the quarterbacks, but it's so frustrating when you got a guy that just breaks the contain of the pocket, breaks down your defense. Now you got to cover longer in the back end, and you could tell he comes free, he sees him, catches it, and walks right into the end zone.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Jones. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense, this quarter.
Oh, he found a space on the right. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the pill. They are throwing it. They are trying to be aggressive. We're only in the second quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
Barely time to catch our breath after that one, and they've got it 1st and 10, threatening just outside the red zone. To the air on 1st down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And screens are all about timing, right? You want to invite the defensive line to fly up the field, and then you want to throw it right over their head. And you could tell just a little bit off, and the defense got in there so quick, got the quarterback hit before he could really get his bearings and throw the screen.
Makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds.
Such a great job on the defense winning on early downs. What does that mean? Now it means 3rd and long. 3rd and long, now I go to dime packages, to nickel packages. I'm taking linebackers off the field and bringing on DBs to really cover more guys and have more speed on the field.
Wants to keep it in the air. Got it in the middle. It's awesome. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the 1st down? These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Trying to set up the screen. He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Trojans! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And how about the OC slipping in the screen pass? Try to mix it up, slow down that pass rush, let it come up the field a little bit, get it to your running back, let him do the rest. Nice blocking, nice play call to throw in the screen to change it up a little bit and get the big touchdown.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On the direct snap, it's Castellanos. That's caught. It's 8-man. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that Wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
Wants to throw on third down. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. Has to get there to move the sticks. Looks as if Stanford will have enough for the first down. You're in plus territory, no desire to give the football back. Maybe the punt doesn't even work out. They go for it, and it works out well.
So I wonder if you go tempo here, too. Now that you just picked up that first down, don't let the defense sub. A lot of these guys now have been on the field for a little while. See if you can catch them off guard here and try and take advantage of how tired they are.
This Stanford offense moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw on first down. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. They'll snap it with a minute to play here in the opening stanza. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
Yeah, it's a really good job with the misdirection, right? Bringing somebody's one direction with so much speed, the defense reacts. Now you bring another guy the other direction. Hard to see one and then react to the other, especially with that kind of speed on the field, and that's why you had a big play.
Pulls and fires complete to the right. Ball spins away. Got enough space. Touchdown, Stanford. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into them.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step one to getting them back in the ballgame.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Out of the gun, the inside give. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up one.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Will we see more offensive firepower on display, or will the defenses finally find their footing? We're ready to go here in the second. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Wants to go up top. Catch in the middle. It's Cooks. There he goes. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. I got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Complete downfield. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. That type of big play can even make Traveler perk up and take notice.
Hey, man, when I think about USC and just their pass, I just think about explosive. Explosive playmakers, making explosive plays down the field, finding those big wide receivers, making big plays.
Swings it out to the flat. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, this defense knows they're going to have to go sideline to stop this offense. Nice job there rallying to the back who caught the swing pass there on the right perimeter.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
And listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Now facing a 3rd and long. He wants to throw it again. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
3rd and long situation. They try to go screen. I think they were hoping it was going to be a big zone and they could get those offensive linemen down the field, but the defense sniffed it out, forcing the incompletion.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Lofts one high and deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Power football with the run. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice game.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Looking downfield on 1st down. Got it behind the line. It's Aitman. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Got his man. Oh, he's got some space. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Stanford at the line, needing to convert on 3rd and short. To the ground to try to pick up the first. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on third down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
This Stanford offense is humming, set up with another first down.
3:25. Acorn.
They'll run it from the gun. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Now the play fake. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. They could have used a little bit more there. Pick up of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Stanford to the line on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Quick completion on the out route. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. They've already converted a 4th down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. Wide receiver going in motion. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Converts on 4th down, still going. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18.
Well, it's a heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down, but they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
Stanford going back to work with another first down. They'll send the tight end in motion. They'll move the wide receiver. Quick pass on the fly motion. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get them out of a spot.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. He might want another play. They'll send the back in motion. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Snagged in the middle. It's Castellanos. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And now a chance to pull even as we get late here in the first half. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the snap, it's Castellanos. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield.
Defensively, man, I play so much more man coverage when it gets down near the red zone, down inside the 20-yard line, this area of the field. I got less space to cover. I don't have to worry about them running way down the field really deep, but I do have to worry about them finding ways to get wide receivers, tight ends, speed the ball on the perimeter. Defense was ready for it. Pretty good job by the defense.
Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wide receiver comes in motion. Making side adjustments here. They're going to throw it on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Cardinal! Fit it in the window for the score.
Great job of execution in the passing game. QB and his target on the exact same page. The extra point now is going to tie this thing up. And they've got some real momentum here heading in at halftime.
The extra point here would tie the game. And the extra point splits the uprights. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. Looking for blockers. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Just enough time for one final play of the half. These corners going to give them some space. Pressure coming. Hit as he throws. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Touchdown, Stanford! And they turn it into a defensive score.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about the guy who caught that and returned it for the touchdown. But how about the pressure on the quarterback? You've got to get ways to be physical with him and make him uncomfortable. Nice job hitting him as he's throwing with the football. And then, obviously, the interception and 6 points.
And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Trojans will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Makes the grab. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
The Cardinal can be aggressive here on 2nd and short. On the move. Across the 45. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
And this is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47.
Come on, set.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Sends it back in motion. They'll go to the air on 2nd and short. Grab behind the line. It's Castellanos. And good blocking in space out there to give him enough room to pick up the first down. This Stanford offense moving quickly down the field.
Lasso, go!
Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed.
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
Haven't seen a lot of that in this game so far. This offense has been clicking on all cylinders, lighting up the scoreboard, high level of execution. They were looking good on this drive until that play right there. And finally, the defense is able to make something positive happen from themselves on a critical 3rd down.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Gonna take a shot. Hits him in stride inside the 10. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6.
And that receiver had nobody around. That has got to be embarrassing for the defense. When you let someone that deep downfield go completely uncovered.
Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. Quarterback making adjustments. They'll try to race to the edge on 1st and goal with the wide receiver. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and 3rd down is coming.
2nd and goal, no dice for this offense. If I'm on offense right now, I'm thinking about who are my mismatches? Who are my big bodies out wide that I can throw them the football and they can make a play over top of somebody?
Here we go.
Third and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Man, this defensive end is a monster. I mean, you've seen his athleticism and his speed and his bend and his flexibility. He now has 2 sacks, and there's still a lot of football to play.
Right down the boulevard. And that will extend their lead even further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Marshall looks lost today, and boy, does it show right now on the scoreboard. Almost like the coaching staff spent the week playing golf instead of in the film room. They're trailing by 28 to Florida State. Just another week of football in the Sun Belt, guys, where we've come to expect the unexpected.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, David.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly. It's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being aggressive.
Wants to fire on second down. Sends it downfield. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
And the Trojans headed quickly to the line.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
Finds his tight end. Still running at the 40. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling. These guys have staggered around a little bit in this one. It would be a really good time to get things going if they want to hold off the upset bid.
But they're the favorite for a reason, Reese, and they've got the playmakers on the field. They're only one play away from completely changing the momentum in this game. So the underdog, David, they've got to keep playing at a high level.
And they're the underdogs for a reason. So they've got to have some things go their way. They got to catch some breaks. And all they want to do, continue to fight, continue to hang around as long as possible and stay within a play or stay within some kind of big game-changing momentum play.
Looking to throw on first down. Looking for the score. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
And you're not going to see many of those. That's a gift for this defense. You don't see this guy miss very often, especially to put 6 on the board. That was a big missed opportunity for this quarterback and this offense.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Oh, and the offense just not able to come up with that. You knew that was going to be a bang-bang play, right? They're taking a shot into the end zone. That's going to have to be a contested catch on the back end, but he wasn't able to come up with it because of the hit.
On third down, he drops to throw. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Scoops it up, still a live ball.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
So now on comes the field goal unit. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The give. Oh, plows through the defense. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. A pickup of 5.
Well, we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. To the air on second down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Aikman. And they'll move the chains with the first down, but that might be it for the third quarter. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So first down will open up the final period.
Here we go.
Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
Man, it's so nice to have a guy that you can depend on. Like, this offense is built around him for a reason. Just a good running back. You could see, gets north-south, doesn't dance, picks up positive yards, breaks tackles. He's just a really good player, and that's why this offense runs through him.
Stanford with a lot of options here on second and short. Motion from the wideout. They'll run it from the gun. Turning it on. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. This Stanford offense is humming, set up with another first down. Motion from the wide receiver. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Open space at the 25. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
Well, one of the best compliments you can pay a running back is they get stronger as the game goes on. This guy's been awesome all game long, and you're seeing it here in the fourth quarter. He's trying to ice this thing and close it out, still running strong.
And this offense not only has a chance to extend the lead on first and goal, but they can also drain the clock. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
And this is the area of the field where you need a really good back. You can depend on, you can give him the football. He's going to hit a little crease and just lower his shoulder, be physical, be powerful. You saw last week he got a rushing touchdown. I look for this offense to continue to feed him and maybe get him another one today.
Looking for just one more yard. It's second and goal. Quarterback looking for just a crack on the sneak.
You know, they went QB designed run, but there just was nowhere for the quarterback to go. He couldn't go outside, and there was just way too many bodies on the inside for him to get anything positive. They lose a yard.
They got stuffed on second down, and still they need 1 yard here on 3rd and goal.
Get set, get set.
Give to the fullback. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Cardinal! They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And, man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Pocket breaking down. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Misfired on 1st down, back to the air on 2nd. Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
They'll try the run. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Might be changing the route. They stop him well short of the marker. It's 4th down from the 27. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. This field goal try to make it a 3-score game late. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And now the lead is even bigger. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week in the American, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Florida Atlantic is trailing right now, and I know it may look bleak, but this team needs to regroup, remind itself it's at home, and remember just how quickly things can change. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Kansas State. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this clash in the American you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. The Trojans racing to the line in a hurry up.
I know a lot of people don't like to prevent yourself from winning, but when I'm up by 3 scores in the 4th quarter, I am not giving up a single big play. I'm letting you check it down, throw it in front of me. I'm going to tackle you. I'm going to let that clock tick because I am up and that clock is running out.
So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? From the gun, wants to pass. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28. This offense has it with really good field position. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. And it's a fumble on the play. How in the world did the offense retain possession? I don't know if it was luck or aggression, and let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Give to the single back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
The Cardinal come to the line with lots of work to do on third down. Breaks into the open. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. Now lining up to snap it in the red zone.
And I'll tell you what, no secret on this drive. This offense, they're not trying to maintain balance. They're trying to line up and just dot you right in the eyes. 4 straight runs, get the 1st down, and really starting to play physical.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
They go to the ground.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide on these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job by this defense.
It's really the most common type of upset we see every year. The home field advantage is so big, and especially when you have